Right, there's a little Seagull 40 minus, or Featherweight actually, from the 70s. And we're gonna disassemble it so we can see how it all works and pack it up because we're sending it to another country. Very cool little motor. Took a long time to get it working, but now it's working good. This one was completely seized, so it ended up getting a new engine block and new piston rings. And the drive shaft was seized, the top and the bottom, which was a real mission to get out, but in the end we prevailed, which is good. And it ran really well, which is cool. So this is the lug. Attaches to the engine mounting bracket. It's got 2 washers, 2 nuts, and I just put them back on so we don't lose them. I quite like going back on where they came off. And we can take the HT lead off. It's got a little bracket here that holds it tight against the coil inside there. Keep those together because there's a washer in there as well. And that's a screw over there. So that comes off like that. Take the spark plug off so we don't bend it while we're fiddling around with everything else. Champion D16. It's an old motor, but it had almost a brand new plug on it. Let's put that over there. Okay, so now we can some of the fuel system. It's still got a bit of petrol in it, so that is the needle. It should be flat against there, and this needle is for 10:1 fuel to oil mix. Take this off so we can pack it well. Pretty simple motors once you get the hang of them. And then this one there off the tank, and then in this banjo there we go. So we put 2 new little washers on here. The Seagull has 2 fuel filters. There's one in there, a little filter there, a sweet little thing. Keep those together. Fuel on them. If you ever clean one of these out, you just got to make sure that you clean out all the muck in there, otherwise you push it all back in through the tank. And then we can get the carb off. And it's got, the only time we need this little spanner is for this little bolt over here. Okay, well it's actually already loose, so that's a plus. And there's your Villiers carb. We cleaned that already before we tested it out. It's the bowl where the fuel goes. It's the float. Just give us a bit of a wipe so it doesn't reek of petrol when we pack it up. Okay. Yeah. We can take the tiller arm off. And normally it's got a little split pin there to stop it loosening. I'll pack one of those in for when they put it back together. So arm goes in there. Take off the tap. So the second filter on a Seagull is this little metal goodie on there. Often they fall off. They're sort of soldered in there. And then there's a little piece of cork in there that actually this one is pretty good, but sometimes you've got to replace that. Let's put that over there, a bit of the fuel. We can take the tank off. On that side. Side. Off it comes. It's got two little pads there and two little crush washers. So I can put those there as well. Really nice. This one still got a lot of the stickers on it. Decals, I guess they call them. Okay, so the next thing we can do is to split the power unit and the gearbox. So there's a little screw here that's just holding the silencer tube on. Out there. And then we've got to get these two off. Now the one on the outside is not difficult because you can get to it. And that's a nut. And a crush washer. The one on the inside, you've got to go sideways like this with a screwdriver for a bit of leverage. There we go. And it's not really finger tight. So let's see. this engine, when these came off, it just wouldn't release off the drive. There's a hexagonal drive shaft inside there, which is going from the crank down to the gearbox, and it corroded on both sides. It was a real struggle. Okay, another crush washer. Okay, so nothing really holding it together anymore, as you see. So let's stay with this side. So this had a little screw over there which we took out, so it should just be a question of wiggling it off. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck. There we go. Gotta just move it around a bit. And when you get it moving, you can get a screwdriver in there and just work your way around. One of the more fiddly bits. There we go. That's the exhaust tube. Bolt there, 2 holes there. Then we've got the pipe that carries the water up into the block. That's just got a nut over there. There we go. They do sometimes get blocked up. So it's good to just check them. Yeah, it's good. And that is as much as we do on the power unit. Just put these back so we don't lose them. I'll put them in the wrong place. And we can pretty much ship that as it is. You can see the piston inside there. Yeah, good compression, nice shiny rings we put on. New block. And that's, if you wanted to check the points, you'd rotate that, and there they are, there, inside there. It's hard for me to see what the camera sees, but you can take this off, but you've got to, it's a bit fiddly to get off, not much fun. So let's put that back on, the dome nut back on, and that's the power unit. And then we are just left with this. So we like to pack them in smaller suitcases, so this actually is too long. So to make it shorter, you've either got to get this pinch bolt undone, and then the drive shaft casing comes out, and or you get these 2 bolts off, and then you can split the water pump housing from the gearbox. But this one is always a bugger, so we don't have to, we try not to. So let's do that one rather. it should be. So there she comes, pinch bolt. Like so. And over there. And then this one actually is reasonably loose. And out it comes. So that is the drive shaft casing, quite heavy. Put that away. Now this drive shaft, which is rotating the propeller, is also spinning a little rubber impeller in there that does the cooling, and we actually can just pull it through. This was what was corroded on. So that's the drive shaft. And now we can take the propeller off. Just got to bend this split pin. Is a washer and a spring. And then the little propeller comes off. You don't really want to bang away on it too much, but you can tap it very lightly there. Not on the blades, of course. There it is, four-bladed propeller. And this is a complete unit. Gearbox, water pump housing, joint plate, impeller in there, and that little brass pipe for the cooling has to go in that little aperture there. But generally we don't need to disassemble it any further. And that is how you disassemble a little Seagull. Only 18 minutes.